Good evening, folks. You're watching The Hungry Handgunner. I'm Nick, and today I'm really excited to bring you the full review on what has become one of my favorite rimfire rifles to date. Suffice it to say, Henry is known for their lever action rifles, especially their Golden Boy rifles. I know some people like them, some people hate them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So this is what we have here. Now this is a Golden Boy 22. It'll fire 22 short, long, and long rifle. I don't have any 22 long, but I do have some 22 shorts and 22 LR. And I have put roughly 1,500 rounds of 22 LR and about 100 rounds of shorts through it at this point. It's just a phenomenal gun. So, that being said, we're gonna shoot. And we're empty. So this gun is just fun. I'm gonna grab some shorts off the table and I'll show you what a 22 long rifle and 22 short look like side by side. All right, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to show this to you, but here it is. So there is the short and the LR. You can see it's much shorter, very reduced projectile weight there. I'm going to load up 10 rounds in the tube. I'm going to do a 22 LR short, 22 LR short, and we'll just see what happens. So the regular 22 LR I'm using is a 36 grain Winchester hollow point, and the short is CCI, their 22 shorts, and it is a 29 grain bullet. They say it's doing 1,080 feet per second, so still supersonic, so that is interesting. Definitely breathing new life into this diminutive little cartridge. But yeah, we're going to alternate 5 of each. And we'll see what it sounds like on the steel. All right, so we are loaded up. We're going to be starting with a long rifle. So I have long rifle short, 5 of each, and then I just put 5 more shorts in to keep things, you know, at even 10 rounds out of the box there. But we'll go ahead and start and see how this goes. And we're empty. So wasn't a huge difference there. Now obviously depending on the ammo that you use, that can change, but they seem to be hitting, you know, roughly about the same. Shorts though, the ability to feed it I think is cool. We'll talk about that more here in a bit, but 22 long rifle is obviously a much more common round that you're going to find out in the wild to load up into this thing. Speaking of loading, it's time to load her up. Why don't I show you what that looks like. So to load your lever action 22 here, first thing you're gonna do, make sure it's clear, because you do have to get down near the muzzle to do this. Go ahead, twist that, pull your tube out. You don't technically have to pull it all the way out, but that's just easier. You're going to take some rounds, and the easiest way I found to do this, especially trying to show you guys and hold some, put it in the crook of my arm like so, base of the round down, projectile up, and just drop it right in there. So I believe it will hold 16 rounds of 22 long rifle. Again, I haven't messed with 22 longs at all. 22 shorts, I believe I get 23 of those to fit in here, so that's cool there. But yeah, you just do that, and I go until I see tip of the bullet. I'll show you guys once we get there. A bit tedious, but not too bad. And we'll talk about why I don't mind this with some of the other trade-offs that you get with this style of firearm. Alright, so that's what I'm at. You can just see the tip of the round there. From here, you're going to take your magazine tube and go ahead and put the orange thing down. It helps to have the rifle lean back, just so you don't tip the front of that bullet. There you go. Might have to jostle it to get everything to go inside the tube. But from that point, you're ready to go. So let's discuss. There's no secret that I like 22. You guys have seen me shooting it a lot here lately. Part of that's ammo prices, part of that's just time availability to load things like 9mm, as well as it's not that obnoxious. I've got that 5.56 suppressor that works great on 22s, most 22s. So there is that. I like them, they're fun. You can shoot a lot. Where I live, it's a great utility round for small pests, things like that. Most of my issues on a day-to-day basis here at the house can be resolved with a 22. So there is that. Now, I'm not saying carry one before I get crucified. I still carry a 9mm, but good thing to have around. So the suppressor thing is really my only gripe, and that's going to be completely subjective. I've recognized what Henry's going for with a rifle like this. They do have the Model X's. To my knowledge, there is not a suppressor-ready tactical variant of those yet in 22 long rifle, but I think that would be cool. So yes, you could have the muzzle threaded and things like that, but you're starting to get into a lot of gunsmithing work with this sight dovetail and the magazine tube extension, all that good stuff. Would not be fun to pay for based on the couple gunsmiths I've talked to. So there is that, but again, it's a 22, so it's not that crazy loud to begin with, but cool idea anyways. So I know people are going to say, well, you've got the Charger and the things that are mag fed and semi-auto. Those are great, I love them. The reliability that I have found with this has been excellent. It doesn't really care what ammo you use. You are doing all the work down here, and so far with my experience, it doesn't care. Shorts, if you got them, great, this will run it. You're not going to run into that with a 1022 style gun. Or maybe some bolt actions will let you, but not super common on modern production 22s. 22 long rifle having enough whatever to cycle the bolt, not running into that. Faster than a bolt, but still manually operated, so you get that reliability. It's also just a gorgeous gun. Now, this is where I'm going to caution you. If you get one of these as a utility gun, like I use this, this is kind of my grab thing around the house for whatever pests need to be eliminated. It's gonna get dinged up. So I did buy this used, and it's already got some scuffs on it just since I've had it. So, you know, there is that. There's some little dings and whatnot, and that's just gonna happen. It's a tool. Now I'm not gonna throw it on the ground or things like that, but if it's a tool that's being used, eventually you're gonna start seeing some signs of that. Other than that, though, guys, I know they're not cheap. I know that you can get all sorts of guns for less than you pay for one of these, but it's kind of cool, and it's kind of fun to teach newer shooters on. It slows them down a little bit as opposed to a semi-auto. So there is that. Doesn't slow them down much, but it slows them down some. It's fun to get out here and ring steel with. It's a good arm workout if you shoot it long enough, because it is heavy for what it is. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it, guys. Based on my use thus far, I see zero reason to steer you away from one of these. Henry is cool. They're made here in the United States. Craftsmanship seems second to none. Beautiful gun. You've probably noticed on the few videos that I do film inside, this is hanging on my gun wall behind me because it's just cool to look at. I got this and the 44 Henry so far. I look forward to expanding that collection. I've been very impressed with them. I like them a lot. And they're not evil semi-autos. So there is that. I don't really care, but I like to have my high capacity, non-tactical, whatever, you know. just to rub people the wrong way sometimes. But anyways, before I wrap this up and tell you goodbye, I do want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters and my channel members. You guys rock. I appreciate everything you do to help offset the cost of making videos and supporting the channel and things like that. It means the world to me, and I appreciate it. If you are interested in either of those two things, channel patrons get patron-only content, everything from posts to videos where I kind of go over the individual history of some of my guns, the story behind them, things like that, where there are stories. Channel members get early access to the videos that you guys see here, and by virtue of that, get kind of one-on-one access with me in the comments before things go crazy. So there is that as well. So guys, stay safe, keep shooting, and I'll see you next time.